Hello Taurus, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Taurus for the middle of March. Now Taurus, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Taurus, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here for you. Now, if you watch my content regularly, but you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, let me make sure everything is set up here and in view, as you know I like to do, and then we'll get right into it. Taurus. All right. And I think that looks just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups, very good card to find here. This is about, this card could come forward when there's potentially a new romance entering into your life, potentially a new love connection coming forward. This would be an event in that type of situation. So what I mean by that is it could mean that this person says that they're interested in you finally, they charge forward, finally they say they're interested in you, you have a deep conversation with them. Could also just be like, maybe the first date or the second date or whatever the case may be. This is somebody, typically when you get the Knight of Cups, it's someone you already know. And in fact, it may be even someone that you fantasize about when you get the Knight of Cups. That could certainly be the case. You could say that this is like sort of crush energy, if you will, when you get that. Now, if you're not here for love, what the Knight of Cups can talk about is you may be a person who wears your heart on your sleeve, right? You may really lead from the heart space and be that type of person. The Knight of Cups could also say, though, that you are potentially about to walk into a happy situation or have a happy event arrive. And so for me, the Knight of Cups really is good energy. And I mean, who doesn't want happiness, right? Who doesn't want happy events happening in their life, right? And so it's definitely that type of situation that's possible for you when you get that energy. So I definitely like to see that for you. Now, taking a look here, you have actually potentially a busy sort of rest of the month. Looks like March could be busy for you. Here you have double nights. Whenever I get 2 or more nights, that always tells me that you're potentially going through a lot of different situations, a lot of events happening, a busy period of time. In the middle card here, in your overall message, you do have this devil energy. The thing about the devil is this could be something that we know we need to work on. Okay, this is a card of our shadows. It's a card of, a challenge that we may be going through. This card comes forward when maybe you're dealing with addictions or even negative thinking. Definitely comes forward. Like, you may just like have a hard time seeing the positive side in life when the devil's energy is here. It could also say that there are issues that you're dealing with right now around power and control. Okay, and so for some of you, there could be a controlling person that you're dealing with, or you may even be trying to control a scenario or control a portion of your life. The really good remedy to the devil energy is to really let go and recognize that it's impossible to control every little scenario that's happening in your life. And so it's just something to consider. And so when you're looking at this Knight of Cups, it's like maybe you're really wanting this person to come forward on your timeline, but they may not be ready yet. And so that could be a control issue that maybe some of you are looking for. Ultimately, I see you walking away, which is really nice. But yeah, so let's continue forward here. Now, in the past, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, and the King of Wands. So as I've talked about here, you have these double knights. The Knight of Pentacles in particular, while the Knight of Cups talks about happiness or a happy event or maybe even romance entering into your life, the Knight of Pentacles says that your hard work is about to pay off, or it maybe has already here because it's in the past. But really, this card is coming forward to reward you for being a dependable person. You know, the Knight of Pentacles, if it's a quality of yourself, would be somebody who people will always give a task to because they know that the Knight of Pentacles will always do it to the best of their ability, and they'll always complete tasks. This is hard work energy. You know, the Knight of Pentacles may even prefer to be in business for themselves, and you do also have this energy of entrepreneurship here, being an entrepreneur with the King of Wands. And so I do wonder if maybe some of you have decided that maybe it's time for you to start something, start your own business, go in a new direction like that. But the Knight of Pentacles could always say that there is a financial event arriving, and you know, it's a good way to describe the Knight of Pentacles is it just represents arrivals, right? There's an element of time that is associated with this card that is different from the other cards, in that this is something you've been working hard on, you've been diligently putting energy and effort towards. So definitely like to see that. Now you have, I'm going to skip down here to the King of Wands. You do have this entrepreneur energy here with the King of Wands. The King of Wands definitely prefers to be in business for themselves, especially as you have the Knight of Pentacles with it. But if they're not, obviously not everybody is going to be self-employed here. And so if you're not, what the King of Wands says is that you don't need to stay in a dead-end job, because the King of Wands is extremely good at what they do. They're extremely talented at their career, their vocation, and so you'll never find the King of Wands doing something that they don't want to do for their career life. And so it may be something that you're also considering. You may even have, you may even be a Taurus who finds a new opportunity as well, and you may realize that you don't have to settle for a situation that you're not feeling fulfilled in. There may be other opportunities available for you that you may have been, you know, spending some time looking at. You have the best card in the tarot for me. This is my favorite card to find in terms of like just total happiness, because the sun does represent happiness. It represents a burst of energy, it represents positivity and even success as well, like a big burst of success. The sun can also say that if there is anything that is not right or untruthful in your life, that will be exposed. Okay, and so it is a card of truth, but it's also just a card of total success, total happiness, power. So it's a very good energy. I do think, you know, this card does augment the positive cards around it, and it negates the negative cards around it when you get the sun. And so whatever's going on here with the devil, I do see you walking away successfully here. And I also see whatever idea or event here is coming in terms of your finance or your career situation, looks like it could be pretty good, I do have to say. Now, in the middle here, in your current situation, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Devil, and the World card. So the Nine of Pentacles talks about financial independence, okay? And so you can see here that this bush is growing pentacles, and presumably these pentacles regenerate, they regrow. And so I always like to say that this is a card about passive income, making smart investments in real estate, or not always in real estate, maybe dividend stocks, or, you know, maybe you're investing in yourself by learning knowledge and then using that knowledge to build a business, or, you know, you're doing some type of investment that's setting yourself up for financial independence down the road. And so it's a very, very nice energy. There could even be a level of financial independence that you've achieved right now as you have this card. Could also be that you're thinking about it. This upper row is the row of your thoughts, but I love that it's next to the Knight of Pentacles. You do have this World card as well here. The World is the completion of something. It's the completion of a cycle. Many people in these middle of the month readings have been getting this World card for March. And so I do think that there's significant energy here at the collective level around cycles being closed out right now, chapters ending for many people. And, you know, what I would say is with this World card and the Devil energy here, I would just maybe ask yourself if there's anything that you need to wrap up or complete as this cycle ends, if there's anything that you're letting kind of hang around or kind of linger. The Devil and the World may be suggesting that it's time to close something out for good. And so yeah, I just feel like saying that. I do see you doing that because in the future you have the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So one thing that's interesting, we have these two kings in the corners. I do feel like you have someone in your corner. I do feel like if you've been looking for support for somebody, from somebody, that could certainly be the case. We actually have 4 people showing up here with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. So I do feel like there are, you know, different people in your corner here that could maybe be helpful for you. Actually 3 here at least. The King of Pentacles is somebody who achieves a high status in their career, and they do that by by having good routines. So some of you with the Devil energy and the King of Pentacles, maybe really taking a look at the habits that you are kind of engaging in at this time. The Devil can represent bad habits. The King of Pentacles can represent successful habits. So I feel like some of you are maybe looking to clean something up. But this Eight of Cups card is very important because this person here is walking away from the cups that no longer support them. They're walking away from disappointing situations, and instead they're looking out to the horizon and embracing new timelines for themselves. And so for me, I love the Eight of Cups because it suggests for me empowerment. And so I see you walking away from this Devil energy. I also think that there's a big opportunity here around either working for yourself or career. You have this Nine of Swords as well. Okay, the Nine of Swords, this person here is kind of having a nightmare. They think that the swords are going to come down and hit them, but they never actually do that. And so it can say that maybe, there could be a level of fear here that some of you are working through at this time. Let's go ahead and start to clarify with some more tarot cards. I've already pre-shuffled these. So you have the Two of Swords, you have the Death card, you have the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Amazing. All right, so you do have a challenge. I say amazing because we did get this Ten of Cups. You have the two happiest cards in the tarot for me, which is the Ten of Cups and the Sun. That's like a windfall of happiness when you find that, right? And so especially as you have that with the Knight of Cups as well, which can also refer to happiness, there is undoubtedly some big transformation for you here with the Death card energy as well as the Devil, but also recognizing that you have this Nine of Swords. Some of you, this transformation could be around, you see these two cards here that we have, right? So it's around something that you might not be able to, that you might not have clarity on. You can see these two blindfolds here. Both of these people are not able to see the road ahead. And for some of you, there may be something that you are really looking to get clear on, or there may be something that you maybe are not being honest with yourself about because of the Devil's influence in the middle. That's about to change because you do have this Truth card here with the Sun, where I feel like you're maybe even looking to be like brutally honest with yourself as you have this Two of Swords, this Eight of Swords, not being, no longer being in the dark around something. And, with the Death's influence, that is not literally death and dying. The Death talks about undergoing a major transformation in your life, something ending, but it's more about like moving from being a caterpillar to a butterfly. It's more about butterfly energy, right? It's more about you coming out on the other side of something, a completely new and different person. And, this could certainly be the case here as you have this Ten of Cups, which brings total joy, total happiness, good family situations as well, potentially for some of you when you get the Ten of Cups. It's the feeling of having all 10 cups overflowing. So it's a very nice card, but it's because you're, deciding that you're not going to be in the dark about something anymore, and you're going to really work through something. So let's see what else we have here. You do have the Marriage card, the Distant Horizons, Mature Woman, Courthouse, Occupation, and Mature Man. Okay, so there is a counterpart here showing up with the Mature Woman and the Mature Man in this reading. Okay, and so Mature Woman, Mature Man with marriage, this could be you. It's hard to say. I do feel like I don't get breakup energy here. I don't get anything like that. I think that there's maybe some patience that is maybe that is required of you at this time. But I do feel like there is like a long-term connection between you and another person. If you have not met them, they could be coming in. It may take a little bit here with Distant Horizons, but Distant Horizons ultimately suggests that there are good times ahead. Marriage and Courthouse is literally getting married. And you do have this Knight of Cups, which is a new romance. You have this counterpart coming in. But with the Devil and the Nine of Swords, it's almost like this person isn't coming forward yet. And we do see you walking away, but I feel like that's more in career situations. I don't see the energy of breaking up. I see the energy of waiting for this other person to decide on whether or not they will commit. I feel like you're ready to commit if you're here for love, and this other person hasn't yet. And I feel like some of you are just kind of, there's patience that's being required of you at this time. I love the Occupation energy. I do feel like some of you are letting go of the old way of doing something and embracing a new situation. So thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading.